The 13th topic is to convert complex numbers into polar form. It is very important to know a few of the basic formulas before we get into the topic. That is, that is the polar form or the trigonometric form of a complex number. This is important because z equals r cos theta plus I sin theta. This is how your answer must be. And then this is basically the absolute value formula. And then we also need to know the argument is basically the angle theta. So these are the formulas for r, or the radius, or the absolute value, which is given by absolute z. It's square root of a square plus b square, where a is r cos theta, b is r sin theta, where theta is the angle, can be found out by tan inverse b by a. Now remember carefully, there is an important thing. If the value of a is negative, we had seen in the last video the same thing over here. If the value of a is negative, we must add pi. Now, sometimes we consider this a as x and b as y. It's the same thing, tan inverse y by x, but however it is given. Now, let's see a problem. We can write whatever is given to us can be expressed as a plus bi. That means the first term, a value is minus 6 and b value is 8. And now we can use the formula of absolute value, that is r equals root of a square plus b square, and solve for r. That is, the radius is 10. Okay, what is remaining? The theta value is remaining, but look over here, the angle is also called as argument. The angle is, a value is negative, so angle tan inverse b by a plus pi is very important. This can be pi or 180 degree because it's one and the same. Now just type it in the calculator, you will get the values. So now tan inverse 8 divided by minus 6, close the bracket, plus pi. Now, since my calculator is in radian mode, I don't need to worry. Otherwise, you need to press shift, mode, and 4 because I'm using pi. This is the radians. Theta is 2.21 radian. Now, all you need to do is write it in this form. Most of the time, most of your answers, almost all your answers are always in radian mode, not in degree. If you want to convert this to degree or to divide by 180, write it in terms of pi, big procedure. So just convert your calculator to radians and solve it up. Now write the values over here. Z or Z will be same. R is found out to be 10. Cos, what is the theta value? 2.21. I sine 2.21. This is it. You can check your answer. This is the simple way to check. Whatever answer you got, just solve this. First, multiply this 10 inside. What's going to happen? It'll be 10 multiplied by cos of 2.21. It should be in radian mode because this is in radians, and solve it. It is, now we have not considered all the values, so that's why it's almost 6. Really, if you take more values, about 4, it'll be 5.99 minus 5.999. It is almost equivalent to 6. And even over here, because we are rounding off, it may not be accurate. So it's 8.0, it should be 8.000 something. If you take more decimal values, you'll get 8.000 and then some values. But if you take the exact value, then you will get the exact answer. So that's it. Now over here we added pi. Let's see a value with positive a. Same procedure. Find the a and b value and then now use the absolute value formula. Find the radius r. R is 11.4, and now you need to find the angle or the argument just by using the formula theta is tan inverse b by a. Now you'll get tan inverse 7 by 9. The answer is 0.6. Again in radian mode, tan inverse 7 by 9. The value is 0. See, now there is so many other points which we are not considering. So while checking, it will not be accurate enough. Now all you need to do is put it in this form, and that's it. Now I will show you over here. If you multiply this 11.4 into cos answer, which was just the theta value, it'll be more accurate. Still it is not accurate. Why? Because this is also not accurate enough. So I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say. See, you will get, if you put this first part, you will get the question back. It's almost close, but it's not exact value. If you change the size, change it to sign as well, you should get the I part. That is over here. It's almost close, but not the exact, because we don't consider all the decimal points. But now, anyways, this is how we solve it. That is it. That's the procedure. Now, this is your answers. You can even check directly your answers. See, now these same method you can solve. Now always remember, the first part, the cos part, is the real part and I is the imaginary part, which is given in sign. Okay, now you will have many options, so solve it by yourself and then check the answers. Now see, for example, over here, this one, it's in pi by 4 and it's 4 root 2. You can check the answer just by multiplying 4 root 2 into cos pi by 4. And the answer must be equal to 4. That's it. And sine also must be equal to 4. Now this is a check, but see, the thing is, let me try over here. It may not work exactly, because now root 5 times sine 2.68. 2.68. Now over here it is 0.995. It's almost 1, but it's not exact. But if you do it for all the 4 values, you will get some answers which is very close to, this is very close to 1, so I'll consider it to 1. And if I change it to cos, it must be close to -2. So cos, it's almost -2. So this is one way to directly find the answer if you cannot do all the methods. Now imagine in the exam you forgot the argument formula, that is theta is tan inverse, or you got confused with a negative value and all that. Then you can directly do this, or you forgot the modulus value. So then you can do this. But try to follow this method. It's very simple. All you need to do is the modulus or absolute value. It's the same thing, this formula, then the argument. If a is positive, just so much. If a is negative, you need to add pi and then write this polar form formula. If not, just look into all your 4 options and then start solving each of them and see which gives you the question. Only one will be the correct answer, others can be ignored. See, this sometimes, it will be +2, so you should remember, when you multiply, you must get this exact value. Only one option will be correctly giving you this question back. So this is how we can do it. Please do solve these problems by yourselves, practice them, and then check the answers. Don't directly see these answers. After you listen to the explanation, solve them and then practice and then refer to these answers.